Imagine stepping into any environment, be it a bustling boardroom, a casual coffee chat, or a high-stakes negotiation, and immediately establishing trust, capturing attention, and leaving everyone you meet feeling uplifted and valued. This is the transformative power at the core of Dale Carnegie's timeless masterpiece, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Far from a manual for manipulation, this book is a profound exploration of human nature, what people truly crave, what they fear, and how authentic, heartfelt respect can achieve what brute force or clever arguments never could. Carnegie believed, as he wrote, "You can make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to get other people interested in you." In this comprehensive breakdown, we'll unpack the book's most actionable strategies and provide clear, real-world ways to implement them, whether you're advancing your career, strengthening your relationships, or simply seeking to become a better version of yourself. Carnegie begins with a foundational insight. People are driven not by logic alone, but by emotion, pride, and a deep need for self-importance. As he famously stated, "When dealing with people, let us remember we are not dealing with creatures of logic. We are dealing with creatures of emotion." The very first and most essential rule in fostering cooperation is to avoid criticism, condemnation, and complaint. Criticism, no matter how justified, almost always puts the other person on the defensive and often entrenches the behavior you wish to change. For example, if a colleague misses a deadline, confronting them with blame or negative judgment typically leads to excuses or simmering resentment. Instead, approach the situation with genuine curiosity and empathy. I noticed the deadline slipped. What obstacle got in the way, and how can we prevent it next time? This simple shift preserves the other person's dignity and opens the door to honest improvement. As Carnegie emphasized, any fool can criticize, condemn, and complain, and most fools do. But it takes character and self-control to be understanding and forgiving. In other words, true influence is rooted in empathy, not ego. The second fundamental principle is to give honest and sincere appreciation. Carnegie observed, "The deepest principle in human nature is the craving to be appreciated. Every person you encounter is silently wishing to be recognized and valued, something specific that signals, 'I notice you, and what you do matters.' Generic or exaggerated praise is quickly spotted and can even embarrass the recipient. Instead, offer specific, meaningful appreciation. Your summary clarified the client's needs in 1 page. It probably saved us an hour." When appreciation is heartfelt and precise, people feel energized, validated, and motivated to do even better. This isn't merely positive thinking, it's rooted in a fundamental human need for recognition. People instinctively repeat the behaviors that earn them genuine respect and attention. The third fundamental is to arouse in the other person an eager want. In Carnegie's words, "First, arouse in the other person an eager want. He who can do this has the whole world at his disposal. He who cannot walk a lonely way." In practical terms, this means focusing on what the other person desires, not what you want. Features and facts are far less persuasive than tapping into someone's hopes, fears, and ambitions. When presenting a proposal, frame it in terms of how it benefits them, solves their problems, advances their goals, or makes their work easier. Even in personal relationships, shifting from "what do I want" to "how does this help you" transforms the dynamic. When people see their own interests clearly reflected, cooperation and enthusiasm follow naturally. With these fundamentals in place, Carnegie introduces his famous 6 ways to make people like you. The first principle is to become genuinely interested in others. As he put it, "You can make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to get other people interested in you." Genuine curiosity is magnetic. Remembering the details of someone's project, their family, or their aspirations is not mere politeness. It's a consistent demonstration that their life matters to you. This is a habit, not an act. As you ask sincere questions and truly listen, you'll discover the ambitions, worries, and dreams that shape their world. Few things are as likable as authentic care and attention. The second way is simple yet powerful: smile. Carnegie dedicated an entire chapter to this principle, writing, "Actions speak louder than words, and a smile says, 'I like you, you make me happy. I am glad to see you.'" A sincere smile is a universal language of goodwill. It signals safety, approachability, and openness, setting the tone for any interaction. In digital communication, your smile is expressed through warmth, gratitude, and clear, friendly language that helps others feel at ease. A genuine smile, whether in person or in writing, reflects confidence and kindness, influencing others on a subconscious level. Third, remember that a person's name is, to that individual, the sweetest sound in any language. As Carnegie observed, remember that a person's name is, to that person, the sweetest and most important sound in any language. A name is more than a label, it is a symbol of identity and respect. Using someone's name correctly and respectfully anchors the interaction and strengthens rapport. In today's remote work and online communities, taking the time to verify spellings and pronunciations is an act of courtesy that is never forgotten. Each time you say someone's name with care, you're making a positive deposit in their emotional bank account. Fourth, be a good listener. Encourage others to talk about themselves. Carnegie highlighted, if you want to be a good conversationalist, be an attentive listener. To be interesting, be interested. Real listening is not simply waiting for your turn to speak, it's active, engaged curiosity. Reflect back what you've heard, ask thoughtful follow-up questions, and notice when the other person's energy rises. When people feel truly heard, they relax and reveal what matters most to them. This information becomes the foundation for genuine influence and connection. Fifth, talk in terms of the other person's interests. Carnegie wrote, "Talk in terms of the other person's interests." Tailoring your conversation or proposal to what matters most to the other person is a mark of respect, not pandering. If your teammate is passionate about data, present your ideas with numbers and metrics. If your manager is focused on minimizing risk, offer scenario plans. If your partner's eyes light up at the mention of travel, connect your plans to the adventures you could share. This personalized approach shows that you value their perspective and priorities, strengthening the bond between you. Sixth, make the other person feel important and do so sincerely. Carnegie asserted, always make the other person feel important and do it sincerely. Feeling important is as vital as oxygen to the human spirit. You foster this by genuinely asking for advice, spotlighting someone's strengths, and publicly recognizing their contributions. The crucial element is sincerity. Insincere praise is quickly detected and can erode trust. Find the real good in others and shine a light on it. People will remember how you made them feel long after the words are forgotten. From likability, Carnegie transitions to the art of persuasion, not by coercion, but by genuine partnership. The first principle is striking. The only way to get the best of an argument is to avoid it. The only way to get the best of an argument is to avoid it, Carnegie wrote. Arguments create winners and losers, but rarely create allies. Instead, seek common ground, restate points of agreement, and frame any disagreement as a mutual problem to solve together. For example, we both want the project to succeed. Let's test both approaches with a small A/B and choose what the data proves. This mindset transforms potential conflict into a collaborative effort. Show respect for the other person's opinions. Carnegie warned, show respect for the other person's opinions. Never say, "You're wrong." Those two words, "you're wrong," trigger defensiveness and shut down productive conversation. Instead, try phrases like, "I might be seeing it differently," or "help me understand how you arrived at that." When people feel their perspective is respected, they are far more likely to remain open and engaged, sometimes even reconsidering their own position as a result. If you are wrong, admit it quickly and emphatically. Carnegie advised, if you are wrong, admit it quickly and emphatically. Swift and sincere humility disarms potential conflict and builds lasting trust. For example, you are right, I overlooked that constraint. Thank you for catching it. Here's my plan to fix it. Owning mistakes is not a sign of weakness. It demonstrates self-assurance and earns the respect of others. Begin every interaction in a friendly way. Tone influences outcomes long before facts are discussed. Carnegie emphasized, a drop of honey catches more flies than a gallon of gall. A warm greeting, a calm voice, or a shared laugh are levers that encourage cooperation. Next, encourage the other person to say yes as soon as possible. Start with small, undeniable agreements to establish a collaborative rhythm. People strive to remain consistent with their previous commitments, so early yeses make bigger agreements more likely. Let the other person do most of the talking. People are more invested in outcomes they help shape. Ask open questions like, what would make this a win for you, to uncover insights and remove future obstacles. Closely related is letting the other person feel that an idea is theirs. Carnegie wrote, let the other person feel that the idea is theirs. When you forgo the need for personal credit and instead share ownership, you get more accomplished and build lasting partnerships. Try honestly to see things from the other person's point of view. Carnegie urged, try honestly to see things from the other person's point of view. Empathy does not mean agreement. It means seeking to understand what drives the other person, their pressures, fears, hopes, and key objectives. Once you understand, show sympathy for their ideas and desires. Given your deadline, I see why speed matters most. Expressing sympathy lowers resistance and builds rapport. People relax and engage more fully when they feel understood. Appeal to nobler motives. Most people want to see themselves as fair, generous, ethical, or courageous. Carnegie wrote, appeal to the nobler motives. Frame your requests in ways that align with people's best self-image: accuracy, stewardship, customer care, or kindness. Then, dramatize your ideas. All men have fears, but the brave put down their fears and go forward, Carnegie noted. Dry facts alone seldom move people. Vivid stories, compelling visuals, and concrete examples bring your message to life and make it memorable. Finally, throw down a challenge. Carnegie observed, the way to get things done is to stimulate competition. I do not mean in a sordid, money-getting way, but in the desire to excel. Friendly competition taps into pride, motivation, and energy, fostering a sense of camaraderie and unity. Set clear standards, make progress visible, and celebrate both the effort and the achievement. People will rise to the occasion to maintain a strong reputation and earn the respect of others. In Carnegie's view, true leadership is the art of changing behavior without arousing resentment. Begin with sincere praise and appreciation. Beginning with praise is like the dentist who begins his work with Novocaine, Carnegie analogized. Lead with what's right before addressing what needs improvement. When correcting mistakes, do so indirectly. Rather than saying, you did this wrong, try, I noticed a couple of spots we can tighten. What do you think of this approach? This approach softens the blow to the ego and invites collaboration rather than resistance. Discuss your own mistakes before criticizing others. Carnegie recommended, talk about your own mistakes before criticizing the other person. For example, I've missed this same detail before. What helped me was a checklist. This levels the playing field and encourages improvement without shame. Furthermore, ask questions rather than giving direct orders. Questions maintain autonomy and foster buy-in. Could we try grouping the slides by outcome? Or, how would you feel about shipping a phone by Friday and refining next week? Let the other person save face. Carnegie stressed, let the other person save face. Even when you must disagree or correct, do so in a way that preserves their dignity. Offer private feedback, use gentle language, and give credit for good intentions. Additionally, praise the slightest improvement and praise every improvement. Frequent, specific encouragement builds confidence, momentum, and skill. What you reward, you see more of. Give the other person a fine reputation to live up to. Carnegie suggested, give the other person a fine reputation to live up to. For example, tell a teammate, you have a great eye for simplifying complex ideas, and notice how they strive to live up to that image. Use encouragement and make faults seem easy to correct. This is 90% there. With a few examples and a tighter intro, it'll land perfectly. People are more likely to reach high standards when you describe those standards as attainable. Make the other person happy about doing what you suggest. Carnegie taught, make the other person happy about doing the thing you suggest. Show how your request aligns with their goals, supports their growth, or increases their visibility. Be transparent about incentives, mastery, recognition, or impact. When you connect action to meaning, people participate eagerly, turning obligation into enthusiasm. To bring Carnegie's ideas into the modern world, consider 3 everyday scenarios. In an email, begin with warmth, phrase your request in the recipient's language, and close with sincere appreciation. You'll notice faster responses and fewer misunderstandings. In meetings, let others speak first. Reflect back what you heard and contribute where it matters most to them. You'll be recognized as a catalyst rather than a critic. On social media, engage with authentic curiosity. Ask thoughtful questions, give credit to others, and make the effort to pronounce names correctly. Over time, you'll cultivate a network eager to support you just as Carnegie envisioned. The world is full of people who are grabbing and self-seeking. So the rare individual who unselfishly tries to serve others has an enormous advantage. Let's put this philosophy into action. Start today by selecting one principle from Carnegie's book to focus on each day for a week. On day 1, avoid criticism. When you feel frustrated, consciously replace a complaint with a question that seeks understanding. On day 2, give one piece of precise, heartfelt appreciation to a colleague or loved one. On day 3, dedicate a conversation to listening, offer no advice, only genuine curiosity. On day 4, tailor a request entirely around the other person's interests and observe their engagement. On day 5, if you make a mistake, admit it quickly and suggest a solution. On day 6, give someone a reputation to live up to by naming an admirable quality you see in them. On day 7, reflect on what you learned and choose 2 habits to keep. As Carnegie wrote, knowledge isn't power until it is applied. Practicing these principles daily turns theory into lasting transformation. These principles are especially powerful in difficult conversations. When tensions run high, begin by focusing on shared goals and expressing appreciation. Acknowledge your own role in the issue before pointing out anyone else's. Ask questions to surface underlying concerns or fears and offer choices wherever possible. When you must decline a request, do so with empathy and clarity. I can't commit to that timeline without risking quality. Here are 2 alternatives that meet your outcome. As Carnegie noted, when dealing with people, remember you are not dealing with creatures of logic, but with creatures of emotion. True influence is built on honesty, tact, and respect. The deeper lesson of Carnegie's work is profound. People yearn to feel respected, important, and truly understood. If you can be the person who consistently offers that genuinely, you will not only win friends and influence people, but you'll also build a life overflowing with allies, goodwill, and opportunity. As Carnegie wrote, the desire for a feeling of importance is one of the chief distinguishing differences between mankind and the animals. You'll accomplish more with less resistance, and you'll grow into a person others are grateful to know and whom you'll be proud to be. If this summary has been helpful, imagine what will happen when you put these principles into daily practice. Start small, start today, and witness your relationships and opportunities transform. If you're interested in more actionable book breakdowns that translate powerful ideas into everyday habits, you're in the right place. Thank you for joining Learn, Grow Summaries. If you found value in this, please help more learners discover these insights. Subscribe for weekly deep dives into the world's greatest books on personal and professional growth, and share in the comments which book you'd like explored next. Until next time, lead with respect, listen with curiosity, and continue to grow.